I mean, we should be cherry. Everything else
See
is
you in
cherry.
an hour, 58 minutes.
We should be cherry. We should be cherry.
Oh, bro, you guys get glass.
Good times, a good conversation. Relax and just take a listen. Hearing some different perspective. Come talk with me. Try to be open to hear it. There is no reason to fear it. This is the reason we're here, so come talk with me. Good times, we're doing something new. Hearing from people just like me and you. Come talk with me. Come talk with me. Come talk with me.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, so Good Times Podcast,
We here.
Big Jerm, we
What's
here.
up, Mavado?
We made it, bro. We landed.
Usually I'm behind. Usually behind the scenes.
Today, special episode of Good Times Podcast. We got Big Jerm.
What's up?
Yep.
What's up?
We are the co-hosts of Good Times Podcast.
Pretty much.
We pretty much could interview each other.
You know, Heston just dragged me into this, apparently.
Pretty much.
He heard I was working here, and he's like,
Ah.
what? I need this guy on podcast?
No way. So, bro, the story is cool. We told it a little bit, but we can go in deep because Jerm, he goes deep all the time. We talk story.
I mean, we try to, you know. I like the deeper conversations,
Deep,
you know.
but we're going deep today, guys, ladies and gentlemen.
How deep you go into these conversations?
So we can go as deep as Naleo TV going to let us be on TV.
Yeah,
today.
we gotta be TV restricted for this episode. 'Cause
Unless
I can go deep. Look at you.
But
you
they
know,
can- they
another
can show
thing.
us.
We
They
we never introduced somebody else. Kyle Douglas stayed
That-
behind the scenes.
Colorado in the house.
Yeah,
I don't need an introduction.
I mean, you kind of do because you're taking my spot over there behind the scenes.
So usually
I'm
we
just keeping the
triangulate.
bench warm.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'd warm them up for the whole month already.
Usually we do a triangulation. Usually we got Big Jerm co-hosting from behind,
Yeah.
mixing all the tracks, mixing everything, getting all the info for us. But we got Kyle filling in today for him so that he can be in front of the main camera in this Unreal podcast today.
Drag
that
to
we
the
have.
main camera. Look, we got Kyle Douglas pulling up all kinds of things of
Yes,
prime
he's
footage
ready.
right now.
He's ready. So,
Wow.
okay, first off,
Unbelievable.
I'm so grateful for you, Jerm, that
mahalo.
you're leading this charge of our Good Times podcast.
Thank you so much
It's-
for having me. You know,
It's our Good Times podcast.
yeah,
now.
it's been an adventure so far. It's a big learning experience for myself. You know,
Yeah, but I never learned nothing yet because I never have to do nothing. You're doing all the work, bro.
I mean-
so if you guys watching this right now,
I've learned a lot.
it's
A
Big
lot doing
Jerm.
this.
He's doing all the work behind the scenes. All I did was come up with a fancy name, and that's it.
I mean, it's always a good time.
Yeah. So with this podcast, I came and I talked to Dave, and I said, "Hey, I want to do a podcast." And Jerm was sitting in, and he was like, "I kind of want to be a part of that too." And
Yeah,
and you're here.
That's
boom.
kind of how it started, you know. And then we made things happen. I mean, our vibe is really good with each other too.
Yeah.
We just want to hear the people's story.
I think it's because we're so much alike, not only physically but mentally.
Oh, really?
Speaking of physically,
I
bro,
mean, yeah.
you're skying over me, bro.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
yeah,
change.
you know.
I gotta change this
Oh.
up. I gotta change this up. I get some
Oh,
pillows.
Wow, you got 4-inch lift right now, huh?
Oh, there you go.
There him. There
Now I
him.
can see you eye to eye. Let me adjust
Yeah.
this. Bro, you're skying over me. How tall are you? How tall are you,
Yeah,
bro?
I'm 6'3"
6'3".
on a good day.
Yeah, I'm 3'6".
On a normal one.
On a good day, I'm 5'6", bro. You're 6 feet 3 inches.
6'3".
Okay.
Yeah, my brother is 6'6". Yeah.
So you get
I
all
I
tall.
got a big family. Yeah,
Bruh.
my grandpa them was all 6 feet and higher.
So you was those Hawaiians
I guess.
that did the heavy lifting. Me, I was the one that went underneath stuff. Go in the cave, boy. That was me. Go inside that little. Go grab the little rocks.
Yeah. Use the Menehune.
The Menehunes,
foundation.
bro. Like that was it, man. Shocks. Oh, what is this we got over here? This is your ohana on the screen.
No, not my ohana.
Oh,
I
wait.
think-
So Big Jerm, everybody knows Big Jerm as not only Big Jerm, but PrimeFootage.
I mean, yeah, now guys know me as PrimeFootage, I guess. Yeah.
So nickname. What is nicknames people call you? Just Big Jerm.
I
huh?
get plenty of nicknames.
So name me some of your nicknames.
So like some of my nicknames I get. Obviously, like my family, they call me by my middle name, which is Keenan.
Keenan.
But like certain aunties call me Key. My high school friends call me Big Perm from Friday. Like that's because I used to have afro back then. So I'll be like Big Perm.
We gotta pull up some pictures of Big Perm.
I'll be like
in high school.
Perm. Yeah, you're not gonna find any of those photos.
So if somebody calls it, you're not gonna find him.
Yeah.
Kyle, he's a man.
I mean, if anything, it would be on Facebook, but that's deep Facebook.
Deep Facebook pictures
But
of Big Perm.
so like I don't know, like I can tell like if I'm in a crowd, I can tell like who's who about it when they call me the nickname.
Nice.
Wizard is usually like
all the tech guys, probably.
the tech guys, the production guys. Jerm is like the close friends. They usually call me Jerm.
I only call you Big Jerm is because you're a little bit bigger than me.
Yeah, I got a big heart.
Yeah. Your heart is more big than mine.
Yeah.
They say something about your heart is as big as your fist, yeah?
I mean, I don't know about that one.
No? Bigger.
Maybe.
Yeah?
I think mine is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, small hands, I guess. Small hands, but big fists. I don't know how that happens.
Small hands,
Small gloves.
It's true.
That's what
Small
somebody
hand
said to me, you know?
warmers.
Yeah. You know what they say about big shoes, eh?
Yeah, big socks.
Big socks. Oh, I said it wrong. Big feet.
No, big footprints.
So, Ba, I got you here. I mean, we got ourselves here, and we're looking forward to what we can do for our community and just having a good time on this podcast. Shucks. I always thought about like if you ever wanted to be a part of a podcast, you just come check out Naleo. If you want to be part of our podcast and have a good time,
I mean, we
hit
have
us
rooms.
up.
We have 2 rooms here for podcasting.
Yeah.
And you can rent them out.
You can rent out podcast rooms, yeah. Like they're exploiting me by bringing me on.
Yeah.
And having me. Us. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be doing some exploitations today on this. I don't even know what that word means. Can you look up that exploitation?
PG, exploitations. Yeah.
So about with Good Times Podcast, we just want to get into like we don't necessarily have to talk about anything current. We just like talking about like what I like to ask this of everybody, like what's your idea of a good time?
My idea of a good time is just friends, just being around friends, family. Sometimes just having a good time is just me taking a nap.
That is a good time.
I love napping, you know what I mean? That's
an uninterrupted nap.
Yeah, that's
a good time. Yeah.
That's a good time to me.
Yeah. The naps the best naps that I get, if we're going to talk about naps, is when I get everything done that I have to do. And then I can just rest without thinking in the back of my head, like, oh, shoot, I still got to do that.
Mine's just the other way around. I get plenty of stuff to do. Take a nap. Like, I work good under pressure.
See, bro, yin yang, bro. That's why it's good. This show going to be good because the yin and the yang.
Yep.
Whenever you can yin yang, bro, ching chang.
I believe we talked about what our history about each other in Dave's podcast.
Well, we talked briefly, but Dave kept interrupting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was steering the show on that one.
Right. But seriously, like I can remember the time I met you because of my nephew, Justin, and we can talk about it because this is about you and I now. And I remember like meeting you and then meeting a guy who looked just like you. Yeah. And then was confused.
What was your first thoughts? I mean, besides the confusion.
I was like, no way they make 2 of those guys in Hilo. That's what I thought, bro. You know what I mean?
They make a few of us.
And then you said get 3 of you guys.
Yeah, I get 3.
So if you see this guy around town, just call him Big Jerm and see if he turns. And if not, you can go and chuckle.
I mean, no matter what, those 2 guys should turn too.
Yes.
Because they're going to be like, oh, okay, I can play the part today.
Let's get into PrimeFootage. Like
PrimeFootage on what? How
origin.
It started?
Nah,
what is the origin?
Yeah.
I mean, how deep do you want to go into this?
Let's go to where
go back into like when
conception of the idea
started filming into. I feel like it started. I feel like the whole filming aspect started at a young age. My dad was always, like he had like the home video camera. That was like in late 80s, early 90s. I always had like a attachment to the camera. I always like be like, oh, what is this? And then I'd go into the closet, play with the camera, and then it progressed into my intermediate years. I used to like, I was one of those kids that always sell stuff, like.
We don't need to go any further, bro.
Yeah. I mean, buy something, sell something. Like that. I was one of those kids. I was like an early entrepreneur, and then I ended up making enough money to get my own camera. And
Nice.
like that was like I used to film my friends at that time. This is like back in, I want to say late 90s. I'd always film my friends surfing, just adventures that we would go on and just have the tapes and we'd watch it back. We'd either watch surfing clips back or Day at the Beach, like lifestyle stuff, home video stuff. And then that was like kind of like the aspiration behind that of just the filming aspect. But my parents wanted me to go into the cooking life because I was always around food. And then my mom and dad always knew that you always have a job if you stay in the culinary field. So I ended up doing that thing.
So you were cooking before.
So I was in my neighborhood, like I grew up in Bonava. In my neighborhood when we were growing up, like late intermediate days, early high school days, we had a QLCC. I want to say like it was like a event thing that every Saturday we would have this during the summer, and like they would teach kids in our neighborhood how to cook.
Okay.
So the professors at the HCC at the time would be the ones to teach that 4-hour class every Saturday, and like would cook for those 4 hours and take home something for like family or showing that like this is how we do it. Yeah. And like I've had a passion in that, and my parents were just like, "Oh, you should go do this." Like,
how old were you at this time?
I was like eighth. What is eighth grade?
Eighth grade, you're +5, so that's what 13.
Yeah.
That's what it usually is. Yeah. You just add 5 to your grade, so you're 13 years
like
old.
13, 14, 15, around those years, and then.
But passion, you had a passion for the cooking.
I mean, I always had it. My family, my grandpa was a good cook. My dad's.
You guys ever own restaurants?
No.
Growing up, so that's a cool thing. So like, I have a big time passion for cooking also as well, and I like cooking. Whatever, but I never use recipes. I try not to use recipes. Everything I do is like my grandparents. They would just taste. Like we could go to a restaurant and I mean, "Oh, grandma, this is so good. Can you make this at home?" Then she goes, "Let me taste it." She'll taste it, and then she goes, "Yeah, I can make it." And then, sure enough, like a couple weeks later, we're eating what we had at the restaurant.
Break it down. And
they break it all down.
That's pretty much.
It's unreal. It's a gift, I think, to cook.
It is. It is a gift to cook.
And when you cook, the biggest thing about cooking is cook with your heart.
Yeah,
cook,
true.
Because when you cook and you sour, the food gonna get spoiled. You know what I mean?
That is true. You got to put your heart into your cooking.
And I had that kind of grandparents, and my dad was a cook. My grandparents were cooks. We had restaurants. We owned restaurants back in Kailua where I grew up, and we used to work in the restaurants all the time. So it was a part of the Polly Lane's bowling alley, and we had the snack bar, and we had the restaurant where we'd host dinners and and luncheons, and then we'd have the snack bar. The snack bar is where I worked, and buttering buns, slapping them on the grill, cooking fries.
Iconic.
Right, this is like when I was only like maybe third grade. I used to be working already in those kitchens. My favorite thing was to wash the dishes because they had that little the water spigot with and you shoot everything. But I would make a mess, but they'd let me go because I'd wash all the dishes. Like that was my job.
That was my first job.
Of course, it's all our first job.
Yeah, that was like one of my first jobs.
Just the grunt work, man. Just the grunt work. But I liked it. But like she would always say, cook with a good heart. The food always going to be good. And when you can learn how to cook, you can feed yourself. You can feed your family for generations. And that's what sounds like. I mean, yeah, I just, continue. I mean, I did the cooking thing. I was at the same, like, between the cooking and filming friends and adventuring with friends and doing, high school stuff, like, it went into like the cooking aspect. I stuck all the way through college, but then the filming aspect kind of stopped. I used to, like, back in the day, I used to sell VHS tapes. Of like videos that you create?
Yeah, I used to do like no.
Oh,
I used to pirate movies.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
We all got to start in pirating.
Back then, back then, that's what I used to do. Like I used to, when Fast and the Furious was a big movie, I was selling VHS tapes. I was doing all of that stuff, and then while I was in cooking, like I would make money selling musubis, and it escalated to selling plate lunches at school, and then.
So you cook before school. You cook before school.
Yeah.
Take plates.
Yeah, if you like all like the YK high school kids, like if I was in your class, like they knew like to come to Jerm. Like, okay, like
Shoving
you know what I mean?
stuff
Oh,
in your
this okay.
backpack.
Yeah. I used to bring the foot long musubis. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You made the
Yeah.
whole
You know,
nori,
yeah,
man.
the whole nori.
Yeah.
Not just.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cut it. After a while, I just realized that save more time and efficiency,
Yeah.
and that was the easier way for make the $2.
Jeez, $2.
You know what I mean? And then you put in your orders the day before, and then I would make, but I would always bring. And then the way I would do things is like, I would already have a set amount sold, but then I would have people that was like, "Oh, I like a musubi, I never bring money." I'd be like, "How about you sell these 10? You sell these 10, you can take one."
Nice.
So I was already doing the entrepreneurial
Using
and
networking. Yeah.
on how to get it out. You know what I mean? And that was back in 9th grade.
That was 9th grade. Usually.
Yeah, and then every day, like then my dad would take me to Walmart after school to get the ingredients and stuff like that. Then I would just repeat. Like my dad wouldn't do this for me. No, my family would do it. I would just do it myself.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then I pretty much left YK High School throughout my 10th grade year.
You went to another school, or you just dropped out?
I went to another school. Like my parents pulled me out because I wasn't like the public school kid. I was like the hands-on kid. So I ended up going into a public charter school, Kiana La'ahana, which was at the EKF Foundation, the Edith Kanaka Foundation.
That's just another way of saying you was troubled.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean,
yeah, I went to this place called Red Roof. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a troubled kid. It was more so it's just like
Socially,
I didn't understand why we're learning these things when I'm not going to apply that in the day-to-day world. And at that time, as I was already doing business things, which I just couldn't comprehend. Like, why do I need to learn this if I'm already applicating this? Like, I'm making more money than you per day. What else do I need to know?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, like I had that mindset early on.
How much were you bringing in a day, man?
I mean, it just depends how much I would bring in. Like some weeks I'd bring in $1,000.
$1,000 a week you was bringing in.
It just depended. Like I was getting
that's gross or net, bro? What is that?
That's that's profit.
That's profit. $1,000 profit.
Yeah.
No, they didn't want you. Got in trouble. Probably. Did you get in trouble?
100%. I got in trouble. So I got in trouble with the principal and because they told me oh, you don't have a certified kitchen, and at the time I was like, I can have access to a certified kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then they're pretty much giving me the run around. I was just like, oh no, you can't do that. Like you're not, because I'm a kid. Like they treat you like a kid, huh?
Yeah.
But they didn't understand that I already knew like, okay, if I need a certified kitchen, like I have access to it. I can go do that. But they didn't want to.
Yeah,
and then
you live Hawaiian Homes. They got probably like 10 certified kitchens right around.
And then literally like 2 weeks later, like the DECA kids and the club started selling musubis, and
that's when
I got cut.
They wanted to cut your line, bro.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, you know, like
public schools, bro, I tell you.
It is what it is. But then I used to, you know what I mean? I used to like flip burnt CDs. It was always like doing something, flipping something or selling something, like entrepreneurial things.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
Yeah. Then it transitioned into, you know, from selling the VHS tapes, transitioning into Kiana La'ahana. That's where I learned
not to more bootleg stuff. Not to do bootleg.
No,
videos.
I learned a lot about culture in that school. I learned more about how to connect more to land, how to connect more to ocean. You know, I met some awesome people at that school that, you know, that learned to keep you more grounded. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's so much I learned in those 2 years that like set me up for going into college that, you know what I mean? Those 2 years is like what was more, well, it felt more than the last 10 years in, you know what I mean, in public school.
You know, that's cool because like your public school, Whitetail High School, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So you fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
Right? So the charter school you go to, some kids, I can see them really thriving in those schools. A kid like you that, you know, just... You were in a totally different plane than most kids.
I was always hands on. Like even in YKA, like all like the wood shop stuff, like the electronics, and all that. Like I excelled in those classes because everything was hands on.
Right.
English. I mean, I understood math, but English, I didn't. I was like, I already talk English. What else I gotta know?
Yeah. No.
like
I don't like. Well, I kind of attest to English. I'm very bad at English. I was more of that student that would like. want everybody to read out loud because I had a hard time reading. Like I got this, I'm a little bit of dyslexic. It's self-diagnosed. Like, you know, I don't know if you take medicine for dyslexia or there's like these, I don't know. There's probably like these books for dyslexic with like wider spaces, you know, things like that. Like, you know, but like I had a hard time in school, but I went to Hilo High School. So I excelled because anybody can excel at Hilo High School. You know what I mean? I graduated with honors, and like, you know, I think they just hand those out if you show up. But I was that kid that like I would go to school, like I was kind of like you in that way, where I would only football season I would go to school every day. The rest of the like third quarter, I hardly went to school. I went to school on Monday to pick up my homework from Friday, and then I would go on Friday. And I would stay home and I would help my dad guys cut grass. I would do stuff at home because school, I think like school is great, but it should be structured for certain people a little bit different. Like not everybody's going to fit into a public school mold. Like I think personally, if they put a lot more emphasis on trade in the Hawaii schools, I think we'd have a better community because there's so much more.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, I mean, math is great. Once you hit trigonometry, you're not going to ever use trigonometry. What math does, what math does is it helps you solve problems. Yeah. So, you know, A plus B equals C. You figure out that problem. You can figure out it shows you steps on how life situations. But people kind of take math out of. I mean, there's a lot of smart kids. Because of how school is structured, there's a lot of smart kids that don't know anything. And it's funny because there's a lot of smart kids out there that just don't have the common sense stuff, like the hustle, like how you had. You had the hustle, bro. Like,
I mean, I think that was like instilled in me because my dad had his own business too,
Right. You come from a family.
Yeah, my mom's parents had their own business. Like, you know what I mean? They had their 9 to 5 plus their own business.
Right. And I'm convinced that even if we have somebody that's sitting in your chair that's an educator, like a hardcore educator, I would be convinced that my statement I made would still make sense to even that person because not every kid is the same. There's a lot of kids, academics are like, that's their route. Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of kids that physical.
I know a lot of kids that dropped out. My dad technically was a dropout, but it was because his mom pulled him out. His mom pulled him out like during like 9th grade, and then he had his own business. He worked a 9 to 5. He did his thing. Yeah.
I mean, I own my own business. I've owned my own company for 30 years, and I love it. And I didn't need trigonometry to run my business. Yeah. The nice thing about business, especially nowadays, is you can hire somebody for everything that you can't do.
If you don't know it, you hire them out.
I mean, I know that I have to pay taxes. How much I have to pay, I don't want to figure that out. I'll hire the person
to do it.
That does it. So like that's how you spread the business around. You do that. It's like if you're young and you're listening to this podcast, and you say, "See, Mom, I shouldn't go to school." No, you should go to school, but you should think about the way you want to go in life. Yeah. At an early age, 8th grade, 9th grade, start thinking of what you want to do, and then pursue that angle of what you want to do in life.
Go full force.
You
never know. I mean, you could be 30 and be like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore."
I wouldn't recommend pirating CDs or anything anymore.
I wouldn't recommend that either. But it was the easy money back then.
Yeah. Well, it was a time.
It was a time and place. Yeah. Now everything is streaming. It's completely different and more regulated, and obviously. But
so that was pre-PrimeFootage, right?
I mean, that's like pre-filming, pre-cooking. So after high school, I ended up going into college. I did the whole culinary route. I kind of put the camera down, when I got into Kalima, they taught us some editing basics and things like that on the laptops they provided. And then, that was kind of new for a lot of people because it was, in our time, it was just transitioning. I think that was when iMovie just first came out and things like that. And then after I finished school at Kalima, that school helped me get into HCC. And then
you did the culinary program.
Yeah,
HCC.
I did So I did the culinary program for like 2 years, and then towards like the ending of the year is like I got a call from my friend Brad, and this guy Brad works with Brandon Lee, which he's gonna be a guest on our podcast eventually.
Okay. That's Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford.
Nice.
So
what's Bradford's last name?
Cruz. Brad
Okay,
Cruz.
let's give him the props. Bradford
Yeah,
Cruz.
Brad Cruz. He initially called me up, and he's just like, "Hey, Jerm, like, there's a spot at Harrington's. It's a dishwasher job. Like, you come in right now, you're hired." So, told my dad drop me off, and then pretty much went there, and it was a real chaotic night, and it was just like a dishwashing job, and then from there, you know what I mean.
You start to bus.
I never even got into bussing because I was big. Yeah, the table areas are small. Like they're like, oh, this big guy cannot bus, you know.
Right.
But like I went into pantry. I pretty much just worked my way up in that. But at the same time, it's like for the schooling, is like I kind of like fizzled out of school, like because
You're doing the job.
It felt like I was doing both. Like I would go to school in the morning, not make money, but I would still do the same thing at work. So it's like I kind of just like slowly dropped out in a way. And
the light bulb went off, kind of like. Oh,
and then I was just like, I started working at Harrington's a lot, and then from Harrington's, you know, doing the thing, like building my way up. That's how I met like some unreal people till this day. And then I had pretty much like a life lesson. Pretty much working at Harrington's and what I did at Harrington's, like, pretty much changed my way of life. You know, like I'll get deep into this. So pretty much like
Let's go.
I ended up.
Let's go deep.
I ended up getting fired at Harrington's, and then I pretty much snapped at the manager. I couldn't punch her face, punched the wall. I mean, a glass wall. Shattered that, pretty much got exited out of the property, went to the hospital, did the whole spiel. And then from there, it was like a big wake-up call to be like, for me, I was like, bro, I don't like work for people. And then kind of had a whole break from cooking. I never went back into the cooking life after that. And then kind of went back into, I disappeared for like a while. Like all my close friends knows this. Disappeared for like years.
Years.
Yeah, went in deep into video games.
Oh, okay.
I disappeared, went deep into the whole video game life. Played Halo a lot. Played online gaming a lot. Built connections to the online world that kind of propelled me into how PrimeFootage is. So I was learning these things online from friends, playing games, you know what I mean? To my parents, it's just like, oh, this guy's wasting his time, you know? Play with my brother, gaming, do all these things gaming. That's how I met your nephew.
Okay.
Was through online games. And then I slowly started to come back out and be like, oh, where's Jerm? You know what I mean? I would come to tournaments or whatever during when Halo 2 was a big deal. Did the tournament live, did all of that, and then my parents is like, you got to do something. So I ended up going back to school. Alulike had a program at the time.
How was this whole? How long was this? Because like we're trying to timeline you right now,
That was between
right?
That was between 05. I was playing games after I pretty much left Harrington's, which was the ending of 05, early 06. And
so you went for like a couple of years into just gaming and nothing.
Yeah, so 06, 07, 08. That was like that was like gaming, but at the same time, like I was doing stuff with my dad, I was doing stuff with my uncle them. Cause like, bruh, I've done a lot of different things, like odds and ends, you know, like my uncle them had their own cleaning business, their own carpet cleaning business, janitorial. So it's like I went through all these different businesses, did the whole thing. We used to clean like all the 7-Elevens throughout the island. We used to strip and wax all those floors. My dad's business, he was a pool cleaner for years. I ended up
That's when I think I first met you. When
I had my own accounts, all of that stuff. From college on, from when I was working at Harrington's and when I was, you know, gotten deep into the video games, I was still doing like the whole pool cleaning stuff during that whole time.
So you didn't just tuck yourself away and do nothing.
No.
You
No, like there's
things,
still things, but it's like that was like I wasn't really cruising with friends. My friends are online.
I see.
You
what
know,
you're saying.
like would always just game.
Got it. I
You
see.
know.
That's tough. Like, cause my gaming episode. I want to call it an episode.
I mean, no, straight up, like that was my episode as well. Like,
Cause you can get into these games and they're highly addictive.
Oh, 100%.
If you got any addiction kind of tendencies, that thing will drag you right in. And like I can remember like, oh, I'm gonna go get this PlayStation so that I can watch Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, the PlayStations, you could play Blu-ray. And instead of buying a Blu-ray player, I might as well buy this PlayStation. It's about the same price. And then I can go online and play with my nephew that lives in the mainland.
Yep.
So I get this PlayStation. Then I'm starting to play. And then it goes, uh-oh. Then they're like, okay, let's change over to Xbox. Yep. And then I get an Xbox. And like you literally think about playing games the whole day at work.
I mean,
It
you
kinda
think
takes
about
over.
you think about playing the games and like the addiction of the game, but also it's like you're playing with your friends.
That's
And
just a huge excuse I was giving myself.
I mean, no, like
I'm talking to my
straight
nephew.
up, like some of the people I've met online is still very good friends today, and I don't even play games anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that they weren't friends. What I'm saying is, like, I use that as an excuse. Like, like, I'm playing with my nephew.
I'm playing with my nephew.
Right. But then he goes, he's in the mainland, so he goes to sleep an hour after I get on. Yeah. But I stay on an extra 5 hours. So I'm not really playing with my nephew. I was playing with my nephew. But that was like, I was so addicted to that stuff. There would be days that I would hurry up, eat, wash all the dishes so my wife doesn't, and I'd start playing games, and I wouldn't stop until I heard chickens.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, and it goes fast.
I've had those many times.
And then my wife would come in the room, and I'd be making like I fell asleep playing, and I was still up. And when she goes out, she'd turn it off, and I'd be like, oh no, I'll leave him. Yeah. And then I'd go back on and keep playing. Like that's how it's addicting.
It was addicting. I mean, obviously you know June. June used to bring that story up all the time. He's like, bro, you disappeared for like years.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean,
and you guys live like right around the corner from each other.
Yeah, and I live like 10 houses away from him.
Yeah, you live like,
and he barely seen me.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Just work straight home.
Work, do the thing, game. You know what I mean? Till the sun comes up, do it all over again. Like, I mean, that, and then I started to come out because college. I ended up getting back into college. I ended up going. Alulike had a program, like graphic arts program, video program, and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. So I started doing that, and at the same time, me and my brother was in high school at the time, and like he would always use my car to go surf or whatever. So that's when I started. I was like, oh, surf. I like to surf, and then boom, that's how
you got back out.
Got back into the surfing world. Did that whole spiel, and then did the whole college thing again. Educated myself on like, okay, like this is how you work Photoshop. This is how you work Illustrator. You do all these programs, and then
I did that same program. Huh?
At that same, I want to say like during that time of like the surfing with my brother them and surfing with June and like June's brother, like that was like the peak of like everybody needed to be filmed again. And like at the time, I mean, I still had like cameras here and there. It wasn't like anything crazy. And like, I still remember the first, I think I still have the footage of this. And like, we went to the mill because that was our spot. We always just surf, and then I ended up bringing a waterproof camera. This is before GoPros. Then I was taking pictures and doing a video, and then June, my friend Marco, my brother, them, they didn't know that I knew how to do the editing stuff. Yeah, I started bringing that back out. I was just like, oh, I can edit all the videos, after, cut something real quick. And then they'll be all pumped.
Yeah.
So next thing you know is just like you get to see yourself, you get to do that. Then my friend Marco had a camera, he would always bring it. So it's like we'd always go to his house, watch the clips after. And then that was like a spark into we need to create something.
Hinting the Prime Footage.
Yeah.
But how did you come up with the name Prime Footage? Well, sorry, I don't want to cut into it because I feel coming. The Prime Footage coming.
It's that is a transition after college. During that college time was when all that surfing and the video stuff was going down, and like I was slowly going into that business route already, yeah. And then I was going to a lot of house parties with June, like with cameras, and I was like filming the music side because he was a musician.
Okay.
So I was filming all the music people, you know, like the people that slowly started, like that we were fans of music too. Like I was just like, oh, like we should like start filming all these people since we're already going there. So it transitioned into, you know what I mean, college life, the filming, you know what I mean, nighttime, the party, college party life. And then right from there, I was just like, oh, like this is something. This can be something. And then it kind of just transitioned into like just doing it. Like our friend gave us an opportunity to do a wedding, and you know, at the time it was me and June, yeah, because I'll be like, it was pretty much burning her knee, like wherever June was, like that's where I was. Wherever I was, that's where he was, and that's kind of how it started. I was just the guy with the camera, and then he ended up getting into the camera world too, and then that's kind of how it started. So it's like our friend gave us kind of like our first shot at like this wedding, and I was just like, oh, like this is like how we do this. Like I didn't know we could get paid for this, and then did the wedding. Like our friend was like stole transition into doing more of those things. So that's how I started getting into the concert life, because June was a musician. I was pretty much always with him. So it's like, I'll just bring my camera. I was like, oh, if we're going there, I might as well just bring camera and just film whatever film. And then Nael is the one who kind of gave us a shot. He wanted to do this whole TV show back in the day of like just filming tattoo artists and the lifestyle of.
Got it. Nael, Sherman, you talking about?
Sherman.
Yeah, so Nael's Ho'okoa. Yeah, there you go.
He's a singer of Ho'okoa.
Yeah, we're trying to get brother Nael on.
I mean, he gonna 100%. He gonna be on.
Yeah.
He gonna be on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did the whole thing with Nael. He's just collecting footage, and we're always around, and then we just collected the footage, and then we're always at these music scenes, and then I'm getting to the PrimeFootage name. I'm
just waiting. Yeah. Just everybody's waiting. It's all good.
Okay.
Take your time.
So it came to we're working with Nael a lot, and then Nael was like, oh, I got like this concert coming up. It's gonna be at Bikini Grill. This concert was.
Where's Bikini Grill?
In Waimea.
Okay.
And we're gonna get into this on Brandon Lee's podcast.
Oh, nice.
But Bikini Grill, Brandon Lee and Keone used to own this restaurant, and he was one of the first guys that really gave us a shot at a concert. So we went to the concert. Like we did, like we pretty much faked it till we made it. You know what I mean? We had our little TV set up. June had his tripod. I was like doing like the B cam, and like people would like come to our station. We're tied into the board like with the audio, and they're like, "Oh, this is sick." You know what I mean? Guys are just tripping out like, "Oh, bro, they're filming this." Like, "Oh, that's big time." You know what I mean? I think that was like back in 2010.
Kyle would have walked over there and he'd been like, "This is trash."
yeah, 100%. He would have said
Kyle
that.
would be like, "What is this?"
You know what I mean?
thing,
No, it was
man?
like
What
I want
is
to
this?"
say that concert was 2010, but
So it was Ho'okoa.
was Ho'okoa, was Innovision, was Mike Love,
Nice.
was all ham, was like Stone Brethren, like I have all these tapes too. Like,
Oh, that'd be cool to see.
yeah, I have all that whole thing. But going into that, we did the whole concert. We had all the tapes, and then we're in Oahu because our friend needed us to like watch her truck. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on vacation. You guys should just fly up Oahu, stay with our friend, and then you can use our truck." So me and June flew up to Oahu, watch her truck. You know, just gallivant everywhere.
You flew up just to watch somebody's truck?
No, like we're going there anyway for a show.
Okay.
Like just for fun, and then
Is that code for something?
what is
Like,
that?
hey, you can come Oahu, watch my truck.
No, that's not code for anything. No, like she just is like, "Oh, you guys can use my truck or whatever.
Oh, okay,
I can be over here." And I was like, "Okay," it's like shoots. And that's Joanne, by the way.
Shout outs to Joanne.
Yeah, we just shot her Beyond the Mic series over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I was staying at my cousin's house, and we started editing the Bikini Grill footage. And back then, our Vimeo was known as Epic Fail Productions.
Epic fails.
Yeah, it was Epic Fails. And Epic Fail Production was because we used to surf a lot, and there was a lot of epic fails.
Oh, it's surfing, yeah.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, if we're going to release like a Mike Love clip, or like, and this would be before Mike Love was a big deal, before all these guys were big deals. It was just like, we need to come up with a name. So it was me and my cousin June. And back then, Prime Prime was like a thing. Oh,
Yeah,
that's Prime.
that's
That's
Prime.
That's Prime. But at the same time, we were filming with just Prime lenses on the Prime camera. So
Got it.
So like we're all like spitballing names, and I was just like, June is like, oh, it should just be Prime Footage because everybody had cinema, everybody had films. You know, it would be like Kai Media or
Yes.
Aria Studios or all these, you know, these big name people at the time. And then June was like Prime Footage, but I didn't like it at all.
You just try to shut it down.
I didn't like it at all, but we needed a name. And then we did like and June like did this After Effects thing with his own voiceover, and it's just like Prime Footage. And it stuck. That's how it started.
Fine. Not even like couple names. You just this is too Prime Footage.
Yeah. And it just stuck. And then it like now it's like people know me as Prime Footage, and like yeah, it just stuck. But yeah, the original Prime Footage is me and June.
That's cool, man. Like the first time I heard it, I really liked it, like Prime Footage, because you're right,
was
Prime was
catchy.
the thing to say.
It was catchy.
Yeah. And it will stand the test of time because
Yeah.
you know it's a cool name, even though you didn't like it in the beginning.
I mean, I didn't like it, and then after like a few years, and I was like, oh yeah, like we're already getting called this. Like it's the Prime Footage guys.
Roll with it.
All
So you and June
because
was
you
original.
needed a name.
All because we needed a name.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for that Mike Love clip on Vimeo, like we would have never.
It would have just been epic fails.
I think eventually it would have changed because like we couldn't have been doing weddings, we couldn't have been doing corporate
With
stuff.
epic fails. Yeah, that's true.
You know what else you need?
Oh, what?
Oh,
brah. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that story.
you don't
was a
need
good
to tell
story.
me what this is.
This, man. This
But
is the
I
time
do
of the
know what
podcast.
this is.
You know
what
what time it is. It's time for
You know what I
the
mean?
snacks.
I can talk for a whole hour.
Yes, you can. Snacks. It's snack time. It's snacks. So, Brother Kyle Douglas,
What do we have?
Mr. Colorado, what do we have today?
While we take a break on the
So-
story.
Looks like we have punahele ahi jerky.
Wow.
Yeah, we just had punahele a little bit.
Wow.
So these guys they're just drying everything, man.
I mean, they get all kinds of snacks out of those guys.
I remember when saying something is dry was bad. You know, like, oh, that was dry. He wasn't alive yet.
Such a dry story.
No dry story, me.
No dry story.
Man, now everybody's drying everything, man.
And they are.
From bananas to fish
To everything.
to everything, man.
Dry
So,
mango. Dry everything.
Kyle's got a chunk.
Trump the
Toss
ass.
it over. We're gonna rate this. We're gonna rate this.
I mean, I've had
ahi.
this.
I think it's the
I've
garlic
had
one.
this one before.
You had the garlic one. I didn't have the garlic one. That's why I grabbed this one. So
One of my friends, she used to work at the marketing before, so she's just sending.
Right, you have all kind of friends in marketing. Noms and
Yeah, no.
punahele.
It's all about just talking to people, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to ask.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what you guys doing that? Kyle Douglas has seen it before, yeah? You see me walking out of
We're
events.
still trying to get marketing people from like hotels and airlines.
Yeah.
For what?
Free room and flights.
I'm working on the room.
Rooms. Any island. You gotta go Hilton now.
That's not working on.
Yeah.
I've been working on it.
Bro, this almost doesn't have that much flavor. See, the nice thing about us is these people are not giving us stuff. We just buying local
Buy 'em.
snacks so we can be honest. Yeah. I'm thinking that,
The flavor hits like at the end for some reason.
I like the flavor first and then deal with the fish later.
I would have liked the dried longer.
What do you mean? Too wet?
Yeah. I would have liked the. It's just me, though. It's just my own opinion.
This is after my third piece and I finally getting the flavor in my mouth.
The one I had was kind of one big piece, so it's like, man, I gotta try again.
I don't know. Kyle, what you rating this at?
Maybe like a 6.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say because the flavor never hit. So I'm saying about a 5.
So I
I'll
have
say
like
5.
2 classifications of snacks.
Go for it.
There's one, you just attack the bag. You eat the whole thing.
Okay.
And then there's the other one where you like take a little nibble every once in a while over a longer period of time.
Okay.
So yeah,
What
the
method
first,
you prefer?
this one's the longer.
Just
the
the
second
longer.
one.
Me, that's shrimp chips, bro. The first one is my shrimp chips. I can
like-
attack that
that's,
whole
that's
bag.
my thing.
You call it a snack, but you treat it like a meal.
Like the first one is you treat it like a meal.
You treat it
That's
like
like
a
on
meal.
10 though. That's on 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep diving back, I mean, we didn't dive back in the bag, but we're just trying to get the flavor.
I see what they're trying to do in this.
I would rate this one 5.5 for me, I feel.
Yeah.
And that's just because of being neutral. It means
You know, the funny thing is I rated it a 5, but I keep eating them.
I mean,
Because
I'm trying to look for I'm trying to get more of the flavor.
Has just enough to drag you back in.
That's like, what is that one? You can't just have one. That's this. There's a slogan before. You can't just have one. Wow.
Try it.
Yeah. So mahalo for trying. This is actually pretty good, actually. If I keep eating them, I'm gonna raise them.
I think I can give one 6. I can have
Me too.
Them,
I go 6.
That flavor would hit way differently than the first two.
Yeah. But I don't like have to get the whole bag in my body.
Yeah,
Give them 10. You know what I mean? I like to
I mean,
snack
could
it. Bam. Right
have
away.
been the way the thing was tumbled. You never know in the machine.
Oh yeah. Why the thing roll around in the machine?
I don't know. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm thinking that when you dry
flavor
something,
was differently.
Yeah, I'm thinking when you dry something, got to be flat and got to go in these things. That
I mean, yeah, but then you think about it. If it's tumbled or it's like the hands, right? You got to break them all up. Maybe some of the flavors will disperse a little bit. I don't know.
That's what I think. Sometimes, like too much. Like you go to some places and they're doing all these things and gloves, and sometimes you just gotta let the hair fall on top of the snack. But a bug will be good. A little sweat dripping. Fuck, I was good on.
That's a public school food, huh?
Public school food. But that's one thing I kind of miss. Some of the lunches at school. It's weird. Public school food. I kind of miss the pizza.
But
That's the one I miss.
He was reading my mind because
Bro.
literally I was like the pizza.
About a pizza for some reason.
It's like soft bread.
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
And then the crust is actually, I eat them. It seems like it's healthy, but it's probably really unhealthy for you. It just like I wish I could go back and
It
just have
literally
some
like
pizza.
they would put like sloppy Joe feeling with mozzarella cheese on soft bread.
If
But
we
it's-
could shoot this podcast
it
at a
tastes so
public
good.
school, at cafeteria, I hope it's pizza day. And then let's get some
mean,
pizzas to
right?
smash, bro.
I mean, it's
That'd be
possible.
fun. That'd be good fun. But we could, yeah.
We could
You know how
probably
they let
organize
everything
that.
go, yeah?
They do.
Yeah.
Once you put up with cameras, they let everything go.
They let them go.
I've been to so many places. What was you, brother? Oh, you're on camera. Yeah, I stay filming. I mean, I've walked into situations where like filming tonight, not even filming.
Yeah, no, but that's cool though because people know you as the film guy. So that's the other thing. So, you got into cameras. My nephew, all kind of around the same time. You guys, I don't know if you knew, but I got into cameras because of you in June. Like more. My nephew Jordan he went to school for
I remember
photography.
We've worked together.
Yeah, and I bought a camera, bought a 7D, and I bought a nice lens, and I got to shoot the Soulja concert in Kona at the KB Extreme when I was outside, and the access they give you when you have a camera is unbelievable.
Everything.
You know, and I got some really good shots. Like for me, I like the artistry of taking the picture, and I got to learn a bunch of stuff, and I took some really good shots, and I think I got some to them, and I think they used it, my shots, but they say, oh, who do you want us to credit it to? I said, nah, just use them. I didn't realize, because I was just doing it as a hobby, but I got the crowd with the guy, you know, like you get the over the shoulder shot, and then you focus the camera, not on the subject, but the crowd, and you get all that aperture. Oh, I love that stuff. I love
The aperture, the depth of field.
the depth of field. Yeah. I love
the blur.
The blur. I love all that stuff. So, you know, like, I know I was too old to be a part of PrimeFootage. It was more
No.
you know,
I think that's where people get the misconception of PrimeFootage. PrimeFootage is always like a collaboration of a bunch of us.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, like if you shooting PrimeFootage, like
I wish I knew
I've
back
worked for. I've had so many guys a part of it.
Yeah. I wish I knew that back then. I mean, I still had my own business. That was a hobby. So I didn't want to like commit to something.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually shot something, and I wonder if you can look it up, Kyle. It's called Cowboy Christmas. And I actually shot something when I used to do this character called Cowboy. It was for just a family thing.
I mean, I've shot the Cowboy.
No, you did. No, but it's another one. It's called Cowboy Christmas.
Yeah.
And check
Bingo
it
Bash
down.
one?
Not down. Not the Bingo Bash one. It's the one on the beach. It might be deep. It's
Deep YouTube.
if you try to go, I don't know where it is. Like it's me on the beach. It's a Cowboy White Christmas. So I was shooting this thing for my family because Cowboy, I was doing this, as a character that I wanted to create. It's kind of like a Bula Ia, but not.
You gotta bring that guy back.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think it's called Cowboy White Christmas. But what I did was and you'll see the video.
So many funny ones, bro.
You'll see the video and you'll see, yeah. So that's the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake one. When Harlem Shake was a big thing. Yeah. But if you can find out, so the reason why I'm saying specifically Cowboy White Christmas is because I shot the footage. Well, I was in the video, so I brought my camera. I think it was my brother-in-law shot the footage, and I gave the footage to June, PrimeFootage, to edit. And I told him exactly what I wanted, and wasn't even a rough cut. Was just that's the one. June, you saw my vision. Because got it. You know how you shoot, like, so when you're shooting, when you're PrimeFootage and you're shooting, or anybody and you're shooting kind of shoot to edit. Yeah. That's the thing, right?
I mean, that's what I refer,
Yeah, so you don't want to shoot just continuous. Then
but shooting to edit is like only if you understand how to edit.
Yes.
I'll only recommend that if you understand how to edit.
Yes.
But other than that, like I will shoot.
Right there, that's the one. Cowboy Christmas, yeah. So if you play this real quick, what is it, a minute? So this you can play, but PrimeFootage,
I got her logo.
No, for real. Like, so June helped me do this one.
Oh, that's
I don't know. You can put up the volume in the headset.
Yeah. I remember this.
Oh, you do? You do remember this one. So we shot this at Hopuna right before Christmas, and I wanted to send it to my family, but we got like about 400.
Dreamy crossed his own, bro.
Yeah, it has like a little.
Yes.
Yeah. So the thought is like in Hawaii we don't have white Christmases, but we have sandballs.
Like I've always wanted to ask this. What was your inspiration behind Cowboy?
That's a good question, man. So Cowboy, I created Cowboy because I had a brand Hawaiianness. And when I create something, I get to deep thought. I get into like, this can be anything I do. I think of it going worldwide. So like my first business is called International Products and Services. I have a window tinting company in Hilo, but I named it the corporation that just in case we did things international. So I would look legit. Like I get people like when they run their credit card, I got people doing a stop on their credit card because they see International Products and Services. And because like my business name is Hawaiian Island Glass Tinting. But so what it is like, I always think big. So Hawaiianness was a brand that I made. And when you look at the identity of Hawaiianness is like Israel Kamaka, Israel Kamaka Viva Ole. In one of his songs, he would say like, think about your Hawaiianness. Like he would use the word Hawaiianness in one of his songs. And I always thought that Hawaiianness was a kind of a cool, it was kind of a cool, like, so how I think of like Hawaii, I think of Hawaii as Hawaii. It's the land. And then Hawaiian, I think of the people. Hawaiianness, I think of the spirit behind the land and the people. So when I created the brand, it was deep. And it was so deep and the logo was cool. People liked it. I wanted to create a character based off of that, the deepness, but come with lighter. So we did a lot of comedic sketches with it. We hosted events. Yeah. The Bingo Bash.
There are so many that we filmed. It was so good fun.
And like my wife wants me to do more Cowboy stuff, and I have a hard time doing it because I think that was an era of Cowboy. But I could redo it. But like it was me then. Now me now could be a different version of Cowboy, but I want to keep it the same. Yeah. So I'm really working on it. Like because when I did the character, it wasn't me. That's how. That's how I kind of, it can't be you. It's a character. It's kind of like an actor. Like, that's not who I am. I can't say the things I say that Cowboy says, but it's stupid. My wife's like, it's dumb. It's you. Cowboy's you. I said, no, I can't MC a bingo bash and say things to tutus as myself, but I can do it as Cowboy. And they love it. Yeah. But if I said it as Heston, they'd be kind of offended. But when Cowboy says it, that's just Cowboy,
True.
So it's different. Yeah. And that's kind of where...
Yeah.
that all
teetering
happened.
on the line.
Yeah.
But that's cool that how that. I always wondered like what was the inspiration behind all
It was
that?
pretty much the brand, just selling more shirts. Like it's kind of superficial. Nah, it's like, it was kind of like like advertising myself. It's kind of the thing. Like not in a way where I'm advertising myself to be into myself, because more of for people to enjoy. So laughter, good times, it all kind of wraps together. So. But Brad, Prime Footage, it is where it's at now, but now you're full time here in LA.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Not full-time.
I mean, this gonna have to be on part 2,
Yeah.
because we kind of stopped at the Bikini Grill era. We can probably pick up some of it with Brandon Lee.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally.
But
That'd be fun.
we'll have another episode to talk about the rest.
Well,
because that's 15 plus years to talk about.
Yeah. Oh no, it's gonna come up.
Yeah.
And like you said, and how I said, like we know each other, but I don't know the total story behind you.
Oh yeah,
you don't know.
There's a lot of
yeah.
deep stories. There's a lot of roller coaster rides where it's like you're trying to figure things out about media. I mean, still to this day, I'm still figuring out things.
Right, and the podcast is something new that we're trying to do.
Yeah, this is a completely new thing for me. Like I've shot, setups like this before, but this isn't new. Being in front of, I used to be behind the camera for a long time, and I feel like after COVID, I was like, you need to start being more in front of the camera.
Yeah, I saw that in your media.
Yeah,
and I really like
transition.
I really like what you're putting out. It was more like, because I know that Prime Footage was like, okay, we'll shoot you. We'll shoot your thing.
Yeah.
And then I feel like with the COVID thing, you were shooting more us or more you. And I kind of like that because you're taking a brand and you're putting a face on it. You're putting heart to it. You did, man. Like I like watching the clips.
I mean, if you look at all like the old stuff, it's like all like June was always in front of camera. Or so I would always put somebody else in front of camera because it's like I wanted people to have that connection, especially like our adventures. I would always put my friends in camera because that's my own memories and that's our memories together. Then I just started implementing that with people and community and things like that because that's how people get more connected to your things.
But when you started putting you in front of camera, I think that's when it really blossomed, bro. Like I feel. That's what I feel.
I don't even remember the first one. I mean, I was always comfortable.
Let's look it up. Let's see. What was Jerm's big moment? Bro?
I mean, I don't even know when it was. I think it was after podcasts. I think I did a podcast with Keone from Farmers Market Hawaii. And
okay. You were on his. He has a podcast.
Yeah, I think after that, like, I even did a podcast with Brock Cruz back in the day, and like from there it's just like, oh, you should do more of these things. Yeah, you should come in front of camera.
And look, you got our own now. We got our own.
Yeah, now we have our own.
That's cool.
We're always looking for guests.
So with everything going on in your life, getting this Good Times podcast up and running, but I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man.
Yeah, I feel like, guys, if you guys tune in to some of our Good Times podcasts, I feel like
this can go places like 100%. I believe it. My bosses over here believe it. In LA, but it's like anything. Yeah, is like how much you put into it is where it's gonna go, and that's been like that for my career. I'm sure it's been like that for your career, and like. If we can leave on one note, is just like keep pushing, keep doing, and you never know when it's gonna end. But anyway, we can actually wrap up now.
Yeah. So hey guys, so like again, we're doing this at Naleo TV. So if you're interested at doing any of these classes, they got drone classes coming up, social media classes.
To learn, the community creators group, Bahia and Kiala are looking for people. Yeah, to be a part of it. We got edit bays, we got cameras to rent.
Solid.
You can produce your own TV show.
Yeah, so check it out. Check it all out. Naleo TV, guys. Any of the medias.
Stay tuned. We got a lot coming.
Yeah, stay tuned, bro. Because me and Jerms, we're gonna have a good time and invite all kinds of guys on this Good Times podcast. So boom. Mahalo again. Mahalo. Wow, that was a good story, man.
You never know. Huh? That's only part of it too. It goes deeper.
The thing is, like, we didn't talk about it, so I was into it. I was in it because, like, that's the first time I heard it.
You'd go into your section. I was like,
yeah.